Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup podcast, episode 195. We've done a lot of these. We're back this week to talk about a bunch of stuff. It's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday weekend, or is that next week?
I don't know.
It happens.
I can't keep track. I don't even keep track of Black Friday anymore.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, we didn't play anything. You didn't play anything, did you?
Not in cards.
We played
but
RuneScape Dragon Wilds.
I was gonna say we played some video games, and also you're setting us up to play something. You want to talk about that at all?
Yeah. Before we get into cards, Kill Team Warhammer. I'm setting us up to get into actually I used Black Friday as an excuse to pick up the starter set. Because I supported local game stores this weekend in my enjoyment of capitalism holiday. So I went to two local game stores near me. One in the city, picked up a bunch of paints. They didn't have any of the boxes I was looking for Kill Team or the core book, unfortunately, but picked up a bunch of paints to make them look pretty. And then went to another one that I hadn't actually been to, but it's by the train station. And because they just it's a very small one. It's a newer one. And they're actually a game development shop as well, which is super cool. So cool. They create all these games that fit inside a little thing that can fit inside a purse, or you can slide it in your back pocket. It almost looks like an old passport book portfolio kind of thing, but it holds a bunch of cards in there, and then they're all different games that can be played either solo or with friends.
That's cool.
So
I dig that.
Super neat little thing. And both stores were doing 20% off. So picked up Jillian one of those, it's a little coffee shop that it's like they have figured out how to market Warhammer to women. And it's not Warhammer. It's cardboard. But it's basically the same thing, because you are following instructions and building them and gluing them together. And but then you don't paint them, and then you end up with these really cute little settings that are either like book nooks kind of things.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah. And it's like the little scenery of some sort that you can put on your bookshelf. Yeah.
She's done a couple of
really
them
cool.
They are. Yeah,
they're really neat.
They're super cute and well done. So picked up one of those for her, and then some paints, and then at the second shop picked up the Kill Team starter set, and that one's really good because it has a book that basically walks you through your first game, so then you can kind of take it from there. And it has two teams that are elite teams, which I've heard are easier to learn with because they have 3 actions per turn opposed to 2, which just makes the game a lot easier and quicker because you have less models doing more things opposed to fewer models doing less stuff. It'll make sense once we play it.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't understand, but we will see.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And it's what I like about it is it leans into me wanting to paint everything and liking all the different armies and stuff. It's pretty much not every time, but most of the armies are just buy a box, and then that is your team. You don't need to buy anything else. There are some that it's like, oh, well, you actually need 2, but that's to make every possible configuration.
You don't need to be that crazy.
No.
Especially for us goofing around.
No, and it's very much, it's one of those, like, you buy 2 for if you're competing and going to shops and stuff, but if you're playing with friends, you can be like, actually, this guy doesn't have a pistol, he has a sword. So, yeah, not
only for the tournament focused.
Yeah, so it should be fun, and it's a lot more tactical of a game, and it's a shorter game than 40K, but still within the universe.
Yeah.
So you can basically, you're making a lot more decisions, and it's back and forth activations opposed to I move all of my guys for an hour and then you move all of your guys for an hour. It's very much back and forth, and no one's just kind of sitting there doing nothing and just being like, yeah, sure, okay. Because there are just so many rules in 40K. There are rules in Kill Team too, but it's so back and forth that you have to be engaged. Whereas in I feel like whenever I was playing 40K, it was just like, all right, it's your turn for the next hour to move your
Yeah,
people and then tell
that's
me
the
who
big
you've
thing.
killed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's took forever to do everything.
Yeah. So it's much more quick. It's much quicker and back and forth, and you can switch between teams a lot easier, opposed to buying hundreds and thousands of dollars of models for an army.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it'll allow me to paint more cool things. And I have a bunch
Yeah.
of terrain stuff already, so
That's
these
cool.
should
I'm
be
looking
good.
forward to it. It'll
Yeah,
be
it'll be
fun.
fun. I have the orcs. I have the Krieg, and I have sisters, the Novalites. I have Tau Pathfinders, uh, some Boy Scouts, the Ultramarines, and Plague Marines. So a good diverse group.
Yeah, that's a huge selection. I'm not sure what I'll play. I like Sisters. So I used to play Mordheim, which I guess is kind of a precursor to this game. Are you
Yeah,
familiar with it?
yeah.
Yeah. So I played that when we were kids, and we were really into it. And I played the that was the first set that I was aware of that the Sisters of Battle were in there.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they were called because it was the medieval setting, but whatever they were in that equivalent. And I had a squad of them, and they were so good. Like I crushed everyone so often, and that was one of those ones where it's like a campaign was run with the squad, so you get points in between games that you use to either add a unit to the team or and if people died you rolled on a chart and you could get critical wounds and stuff, so like you could lose an arm.
You can do
You
that
get
with
like, is that how this works too?
you can do that. You can do campaigns through Kill Team. Yeah.
Yeah, so this it's very much Mordheim 2.0 or whatever, right? Which is
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
loved Mordheim, so I'm excited about this. But yeah, because of that, I did so many things to those models. Like when we proceeded, if one of them got like a battle wound or whatever, I'd
Oh,
like
sure.
paint
You
a scar
replicated it.
on
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was so fun. It was such a fun time. So I really did fall in love with my battle sisters, whatever they're called, sisters of battle,
Yeah.
something like that. So I might want to play them in this if that's
Yeah.
available.
There's two different versions. One is out now, the Novitiates. And I have those, and then there's a new one. Actually, they're part of the new set that's coming out. That's more of an elite team in the armor. These guys are not as armored nuns,
Ah, gotcha.
but the
Also
leader's
Tau,
armored.
because I never got to play Tau. They came out right as I stopped playing. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because everyone hates the Tau, but the joke is because everyone hates the Tau because so many people play the Tau. That's
Oh,
why it's a joke.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I never got a chance. They look cool.
they're the I'm going to stand over here and shoot you from over here. So
Yeah, yeah. They're Eldar,
yeah,
but robots instead. Something.
yes, kind of. They're
That was the Eldars thing for the longest time. I'm stand over here and shoot
blue
you.
fish communists.
Blue fish communists. Okay, no idea.
Yeah. Unlike the short king communists that I play in 40K.
That's the dwarves.
That's the
right?
Leagues of Votan. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be fun. And in addition to campaign and stuff, there's also co-op modes, which is super cool,
Hmm.
and narrative modes in that. In like the core book, there's like multiple missions that they'll send you on through. I still need to pick that up, but yeah,
Yeah. If we get into it, I'd do a campaign. That was always fun to have like persistence.
yeah. And a campaign is like it would be like 3 nights
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
Like we'd get it done within a couple months.
yeah.
And there's new stuff and new campaigns coming out every 3 months, so that's kind of cool.
That was the
So
downside with Mordheim. The balance on it was really terrible. So running the campaign, if you followed the actual rules completely, whoever lost basically was weakened by the loss, and
yeah,
then the next game they were even weaker. Like it just piled up. So like
well that's
losing
why yeah,
sucked.
yeah, yeah, yes. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I was about to say, did they ever fix that
No,
balance? I guess
no,
not.
no. But the sisters are really good. They are one of the better teams. I guess they have a faith dice thing where it's just like, no, I didn't roll that badly. I actually rolled really well.
Oh, okay,
And
that's
then you
funny.
just change the dice because you had faith. But yeah, no, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be something different. and 1 to 2 hour games opposed to 3 to 6 hour games.
Yeah, I like that.
And just the speed will increase. It'll Our first couple games will be long, but then
Of
they'll get
course.
quicker and quicker.
Yeah, just doing packs like that was the classic thing. Is like the boxes are now saying, usually what it says is like X number of minutes per player, right?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
recent change. It used to just be like it takes 90 minutes, which is
yeah,
just like bullshit because it could be a 1 to 4, 5 player game, and you're
yeah,
like 90 minutes for five versus 90 minutes for one, very different, right? So they changed it to per player, and now they have this thing where it's like 30 minutes per player plus 25 minutes if it's your first game.
yeah.
The learning curve bonus on the amount of time it will take, which is nice that they're adding that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it's typically 1v1, but can go up to 4 player, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's like you each have a different side of the board that you're deploying from, but all the objectives are on the board, so you're just going after them. So
Yeah.
you could have 4 teams technically fighting over it. It'll probably be a bloodbath, but because
Of course.
it is a very because when I was deciding what game to play, I was deciding between this and Shatterpoint, and ended up going with this. Honestly, because of what we figured out with this podcast, and you just stick with the big games, and you'll get longevity out of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the future of Shatterpoint. I don't know the future of non Games Workshop games.
Yeah, that's fair.
And at a
Totally
point,
fair.
I was almost worried about Kill Team specifically because when it first came out, I was trying to get into it back in 2020. It came out in 2018, but I didn't get into it till 2020.
Hmm.
Um, and the rules were really dense and really kind of almost more intense than 40K, just with bloat. And they've really trimmed and honed that down. So it is a very different game than it was then. Um, but uh, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the and just there wasn't a lot of people playing it, but now it's become very popular, and I can see it almost. I don't see how it won't continue to get more popular, as because I don't think Warhammer is one of those things that's constantly bringing in new players, kind of like World of Warcraft and MMOs, and
Sure.
it's kind of has to curate around its player base. And Kill Team is still within the universe, but much smaller and more compact and easier to get to the table game than
That's
40K.
key. That is key these days.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if you want to make a change on your kill team, you're just like, okay, I'm going to bring this guy instead of this guy that I have in my box. Whereas with 40K, it's I'm going to drop $500-ish and get these models, and then in a couple months I'll have them painted. And
Yeah, right. In like 6 months to a year, it's the reality I've seen. But yeah, I
right,
get you.
yeah. So
It
then
takes
and then
forever.
and by the time you do that, they've made changes again.
And you hate it.
Yeah.
You hate everything.
Yep. Yep.
I remember that painting my army because I wanted to actually go to a competition. And just by the time I was done painting the 4,000th Termagant, I
Yeah.
was like, I hate this army now. Like, I
Yep.
don't even want to play. I don't want to look at it. So
Yep.
I know a lot of people like the painting, but it was so tedious for me. I hated it
Yeah. That's insane.
because you have so many in the Tyranid army. It's so many little guys.
Yeah. At most you have, I think the largest one is 14, but typically it's like 6, 9. 9 is the
Yeah,
average,
yeah.
I
No,
think.
that makes a huge difference.
And
Yeah, like I said, I love painting my sisters so much so
yeah.
that I kept painting and modding them as the game went on because I just loved like it was just a small squad, right? I was
Yeah.
like, and each were individuals and they
Yeah, and
actually mattered and they like killed Danny once. It was
yeah.
awesome. You know what I mean?
These are like specific models. Like they aren't
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
you have 4 of these
It makes
guys.
a
It's yeah.
yeah, it's a huge difference than like 47 of the exact same thing with slight different arm positions.
Yeah.
That's how the Termagants were. There's so many of them.
Yeah. And then
Anyways,
I had one other thing. Oh, they have seasons. So they basically have a rotation every I think it's 3 years.
okay.
Because and they just did their first they're just doing their went through their first rotation and cut off the original kill teams from the first season. So there's whole seasons, and like at the beginning of a season you'll get this big box set with two teams, new terrain that the season's kind of built around. Like one season brought in like elevation and had like multiple levels, whereas other seasons have brought like close quarter combat with a bunch of like enclosed walls, kind of a vibe.
Huh. Okay.
So they really change up the board. The terrain is very important in this game. It's not just
Yeah, yeah.
um, and
That's kind of cool. I think I like that in that it refreshes the way the game goes.
mhm.
That's interesting. I'm not sure how, like, I'd have to play it to really have an opinion, but I like the concept, I'll say.
Yeah, so once a year we get new terrain, and then three times a year we get teams of two teams of two every 3 months, I think. So four times a
Gotcha.
year. Um, and then what was it? Eventually, so the season one teams are being rotated out. You can still play them, and they're still going to keep the rules up to date and as balanced as possible. But they're really balance wise, they're focusing on the last two seasons. So you get a full 3 years out of all your models at least,
Yeah.
but which I think is fine for like tournament play. But they can't take away your models, and they're keeping the rules up to date, which is super cool. And
Yeah.
all the team rules are free on the app, so you don't have to buy like
Yeah.
codexes like you do for your
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
armies.
it's not like yeah, that's great.
You
That's
kind
great.
of buy
Yeah,
the
I mean that's the right model if it actually works and people are engaging with it.
yeah, like
Seems
you
like
buy
the
the
move.
core book, and that's all you need for every army,
Yeah.
which I think is fine. And even then, you don't need it because they have the light rules for free online. But then it doesn't cover things like elevation and jumping and climbing, and
Yeah.
but
Interesting.
enough to play your first couple of games for sure. So you
Yeah.
don't need to buy the book to learn the game. It just adds rules on top, essentially.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We want to start back on cards.
Yeah. You said your shop did pretty well on Black Friday? How'd that go?
Yeah, yeah. So I put, the shop online. I basically went in and adjusted prices to sell because the Black Fridays are definitely the biggest sell of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like of the entire year, last year included. Um, Last year I got to five figures. This year I was about 40% of that, which was not five figures. That gives you some idea of exactly where I landed. Um, and that's okay. Like that was
Yeah.
surprisingly good. I was actually shocked that I got that far because I my inventory is just way less, right? Like I just don't have what I had last year. I had a
Oh,
ton of
sure.
stuff last year that was interesting and people wanted and all this. And this year I'm down to what I consider the kind of the scraps. Things have not been moving in the box category very much over the past year. Maybe a box every 3 months or something, mostly just singles.
Mm-hmm.
And totally understandable. Again, I'm down to like the stuff people don't want, and I was pricing it at a point where I felt good about getting rid of it. Well,
Right.
because of the sale, I did my thing, and this can lead into our topic about collector boxes. Um, yeah, I did my thing where I lowered the prices, got it competitive with everyone because I just want the sale to happen. It's like if I can do it all within a compressed long weekend, it's just a lot less headache than doing it over the course of a year for an optimized price. So I don't
Oh,
care.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I just did it, and I got. Let's see, I have five sitting on the ground right now that I just packaged. And I want to say another 10 or so went out already over Friday. Um, yeah, I think it was Thursday, Friday, maybe it was Friday, Saturday, whatever it was. So yeah, probably about 15 boxes of varying types. A lot of collector boxes went, and those I didn't even price that aggressively, so I was actually feeling pretty good about that.
Nice.
Um, and
Yeah, I wonder
then
if like the price because I was looking at boxes. I didn't really look over the weekend, but it seems I wonder if the lower prices are just more people coming and
yes,
bringing things out of closets.
for Black Friday. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%. And I can talk about exactly how it happened
yeah,
because I changed my prices probably six times over the weekend just to make sure I was continuing to be competitive because I know this is the big flow through period.
yeah.
So I feel good about the sales I got. I got some that were above where the prices are now. And it's just one of those things where people see the things are moving and so they all load them up and you see it in the pricing. Like if you're staying on top of your pricing, what happens is day one, you're at the lowest price or close to the lowest price or maybe the market price, whatever.
Yeah.
And then day two, the prices drop a little bit. And then day three, the prices drop a lot. And that's when everyone's taking all their stuff out of the closet and trying to sell them with their mini shops,
Oh,
that
sure.
aren't consistent. And you can see it. Like, and that's where it's like, okay, well, I don't want to sell it at that price. Like, I'll keep it at my price. And you still sometimes make sales because the people that are under you are not certified shops. They haven't actually been on long, they don't have a lot of sales, whatever. And so I had that happen in multiple collector boxes. But I also sold a bunch of actually the funniest thing was the D&D Commander set box sold like crazy. I had a whole case and I think I
Interesting.
finished it. Yeah, I finished it. Or maybe I had five, whatever it was. I had a lot, and I usually just list one at a time. I did end up eventually listing multiple. So every time I sell one, I go back and check the price and then put another one on there. And I sold five, maybe four, something like that, whatever. It was a lot. And then the other one that sold well was the Double Masters draft boxes I had. Those are at a great price and still did good. And then, although I still have some of those left, they're just pricier. And then what was the other thing? All the collector boxes sold. There's one other thing that was selling crazy fast. I don't remember. It was something else. I was like, wow, that's like unexpected as hell. So, anyways, point being, it was interesting sale weekend. Did well, and for not having much in stock, I made a decent amount over the weekend. So I'm pretty happy about that. Uh, oh, sorcery. That was the other thing. My sorcery
Oh yeah,
singles
you
went
said you sold. Yeah,
bonkers. Yeah, they
Gothic's
went
coming around the corner.
nuts. Yeah, I think that's part of it. Yeah, that one I sold is like $300 piece of luxury cardboard or whatever it was. That was crazy. That was like one of the first sales that was like, oh, what the heck, out of nowhere. It was one of the alpha elementals or whatever. I can't even remember where that came from. I think it's from the starter decks is where that popped out of, and you could only get it there, so it's relatively rare, but it's super powerful. Won a bunch of tournaments. So, anyways, that finally sold. That's been listed for a million years. I've had that up for that price, so it finally sold. So that was pretty cool.
I wonder if there's
But
some
yeah,
new cards that triggered people want to build it or
probably.
get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, almost certainly. That's people are specking on the new set
Yeah,
that's coming out because that's next month, right? That's like within a few weeks that hits, I believe.
yeah.
Uh, so, yep, it looks interesting. I sold a bunch of Gothic towers. Not surprising with Gothic coming out. I don't think they're going to have a special effect in there, but they are pretty. Those ones were the expensive full art lands, and I think I sold some of them at a loss, most of them at a gain because I happened to snag a crap ton of them early because I knew people were going to get into collecting the lands, and that was one of the first things I hit, and it went from like I think I was buying them for like 15 or something, and then they went all the way up to like 80. And I did sell one or two kind of in that 80 range, like 60 range, whatever, somewhere near the top. And then they stopped selling and they just sat there for a long time and slowly leaked down. And then I priced them at whatever the current price is, which is still decent. I think they're still selling for like 20 bucks each or something. So I
Yeah.
still made some money, but I think on some of them I might have paid more. Like, it's one of those things like
Yeah,
when you
but
buy
yeah,
when you buy the whole collection and then you sell
yeah,
it off in pieces, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's fine. I had fun with it. I don't care.
yeah. It's
uh,
we have a hobby that we get anything out of, and I think just every once in a while remembering that is
oh
important
yeah,
because there are so
yeah,
many hobbies that it's just a money pit, and it that you don't get anything back,
yeah. You don't make any
or
money
you
on
get
it.
like a fraction back, possibly. Like the one I like to think about is golf, right?
Oh
Like
my god, yeah.
you can sell your clubs, sure,
I think for golf, the whole thing is,
but then you have all
um,
the excursions you went on.
yeah. I was gonna say, I think the whole thing with golf is like the connections you make for business deals later.
Oh,
Like I think golf
absolutely.
pays
Yeah.
on this like third tier return. It's
If you're
hard to track.
doing that, if
Well,
you're
yeah. If
doing
you're
that though.
just playing golf,
I'm
then
just
yeah,
talking just from the hobbyist
yeah,
perspective.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true, true. Maybe I need to get into golf, make money for me. That seems fun.
Disc golf, that's where all the money people go.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good. Black Friday, changing the prices throughout the weekend definitely helps. Made a difference on the volume, and I made some good money, so I'm happy about that. And I got rid of a lot of boxes. I was kind of sad because I was at the end. I was like, okay, the sale's pretty much over. My volume clearly went down from the peak, and I was like, okay, I guess this is it. And I was like, maybe I'll just open the rest of my collector boxes and just like add stuff to my collection. Because I don't know if you remember, but I was hoping to shut the shop down last year this time. So this has been an extra freaking year of work on this thing. And I'm getting to the point where it's like, come on, just like finish it off. Like get rid of the last things, like so I can stop doing this. And I still have my stupid flesh and blood cases. I'm really mad those didn't sell. I kept pricing them as
Surprise.
low as was possible, and they still aren't selling. It's so sad. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know. I'm gonna be stuck with them, and it's gonna make me so angry. Um, I don't even want to open them. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to deal
exactly.
with
Yeah.
all the
All the
the
bulk.
trash, the garbage that's gonna be in there.
You know
It
how
just
I have so much bulk.
I know, I know. I gave you like a
I know.
massive box of mine because I didn't want it. It's like
I
I'm
know.
throwing it away, Tommy. You're like, don't throw it away. I'm like, okay, if you want it, you can have it, but I'm just gonna throw it away otherwise.
Yeah, it's now
Uh,
sitting in actual cardboard boxes because they were in my like 5 row.
okay,
Uh, but then I needed those to sort all my magic cards, which I did. That's done. Everything, well, not sorted, but everything's sorted by letter at least, which is
okay,
easy
good.
enough to find.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge.
I haven't felt the need to until when I go and open up the store again, probably early next year. Uh, I will sort as I go. Like I'll start with white A's and
Mhm.
then sort those and then put them on the store and then white B's and then so it you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
um yeah.
So yeah, it was a good sale overall. Down to one case of LCI because I didn't want to lower it to the current prices. Really, like I think it's at cost or below what I paid for the case. I think I got this at distro. This is like one of my last things when I had distro access.
Yeah, and shipping's not going
Um,
to be cheap.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait till this rises. This is one that I assumed would rise relatively quick. It has not. Eventually it will, and then I'll just sell it as a case. I did not crack it open. A lot of my other cases, some time ago, I listed a box and the case to see what would sell at the price I wanted, and usually it was a box that sold at the price I wanted first. So then I'd crack it, take the case down from the shop, and then basically sell onesie twosies from there with the price increasing over time. So everything else is crack cases, and most of them, like I said, I got rid of the set boxes for Baldur's Gate. The Baldur's Gate draft did not go, which I was
Interesting.
surprised. Yeah, I did not sell
I
any of
think
them.
people remember the price. I think people are struggling with the reality of
The
the
new
price on
price.
that right now.
That's quite possible. And then,
Like it is worth the new price for sure.
yeah,
It should have been a long time ago. It's just there was so much of it. But now there
yeah.
can't be as much of it
Yeah,
because
it's gone away, and it was a fun experience, and
yeah,
people are trying to get back to it. But the set boxes sold like crazy, so that part I don't understand
that I
because you can't
don't
draft
that
those.
you can't draft them and they're just you mathematically you have less rares.
Yeah, I don't know what like why that was a driver, but it did. It went off like crazy. I was surprised. Oh, going back to my point. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by my own story. So I was close to done. Volume was coming off. Collector boxes. I looked at them. I was just gonna open them, right?
Yeah.
I still had Neon Dynasty left. I was like, cool, that would be a fun one to open. I actually kind of want to open that one. And then today it sold. I
Oh
was like,
no.
no. I was like, no, but also money.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
No, but
like,
not the
well,
worst.
yeah, exactly. Oh, that was the other thing. I sold some really old collector boxes. Like, I was surprised about that. I don't remember which one. Like, I had Theros, Kaldheim, some of the old ones that never really went up because they really were constructed poorly back in the day. And I sold like one or two of the old ones. I was like, oh, that's weird. They've been up there forever at that price.
I think it's just new. I think that is like Pokemon new money, people trying to buy the cheaper boxes but not
The
understanding the difference.
older boxes, the
Yeah.
collector boxes,
They're a
and
trap.
yes, not
They're a
on
trap
not
for new
yeah,
people trying to
totally.
enter the market.
Totally.
Like,
And
yes, they're
it's
cheaper, but
Black Friday
yeah,
discount, so they
yeah,
get the 10% back, and they're
yeah,
spending big money on TCG players, so they're all about it, right? Like I get it.
yeah.
I've been there. I did it. I did it. And as long as they have fun with it, I'm happy for them. But yeah, I was just surprised at them selling when what they did. But yes,
So you did
since
it.
then,
Did you buy anything this year?
no, I did
No.
not buy anything. Yeah, I was just looking at collector prices because the prices have come down since earlier in the weekend. So I'm like, is there anything that I didn't get
Mm-hmm.
or would want to buy again? And Ravnica is always my go-to because it's been my favorite box. Mom, I think I sold my last box of that. And I've opened so many I don't need anymore. What was
I have
the
a
other
case of
one that
mom.
I like? I'm not buying a case. I don't need more
You
cases. I'm
sure?
trying to get rid of. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of boxes.
Well, let me know in a couple of years when you want that case of mom. I'm happy to sell it to
That's not completely unrealistic. It's sad. It's sad it is because that
you.
was my favorite collector
If you
box of
want one,
all of
you know
them.
where to find one.
Yeah, of all of them, that one just held my heart the most. It's just so much fun to open.
Well, I think it's because of the multi legends. You just there's so many things you can get. There's so many
Yeah,
chases in it.
so many fun, weird things, and it's very inspiring when you open it. Like you open it, and you will get something that will be like, "Oh, maybe I'll make this."
Yeah,
I actually have a card sitting on here from when I last opened Mom for my birthday.
yeah.
That's I still want to build the deck around it. It's Simone and Dina. It's black, blue,
Mhm.
green. And like I want to build the deck. I actually have a tab open where I started messing around with deck construct. So it's a thing. Like Mom is great. That was a great set. I don't know why people. Well, they didn't like the aftermath. That's what smeared it was the aftermath, Mom aftermath or whatever they called it.
Mhm.
That little mini kit that came out. Everyone got so mad about that. So I think it made Mom weaker, even though Mom was always good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sold my Neon Dynasty. That's fine. Money's good. Um, yeah, but prices have come down. Spider-Man's now in the range. Like I did realize the range for collectors is basically 300 to 400 is the real market price of basically everything short of some exceptional whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like Avatar, I imagine it's gonna be between 300 and 400 within a month. Your Ravnica remaster, anything older with collectibles in it, like serialized or whatever, that's not gonna go down to that price. So don't imagine this is for everything. So your
No,
special
some
sets
things
are
have not dipped. Like you said, Mom has not dipped. Like the ones that
yeah.
with like the valuable serialized Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
these are not. They're not dipping.
Yeah, that's not going to dip. Yeah. But basic general collector
Yeah.
rule of thumb is 300 to 400 is the right price for a collector's box. Exceptions exist of
Hmm.
good IP, good inside the box, or old and crappy construct because like Zendikar Rising still under 300. Theros, I think, is still under 300. Kaldheim's super cheap, even though that was a pretty cool one. I actually enjoyed opening that, but Kaldheim has a special place in my heart because that's like when we started playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then, but you still have your lame ones like was it Dominaria United
United.
is
Yeah.
like super bad, and I opened it. It was not fun to open. I liked
Yeah.
that
Because you have the
that
Legends
theme
cards.
set. It was bad. It was just bad.
They tried the
They
Legend
do
thing.
that. They do that. Every once in a while they just miss real bad. I think Innistrad will take a while to become a strong one, even though it's a remastered set, which
I
typically hold
think
a
if
premium.
I think when that one pops, it's gonna pop.
I guess. I don't really believe in that one because I just opened it and it was not that great to open.
Yeah.
Um
Well,
so it
I
just
think there's gonna be some set that requires that type of that Innistrad those cards again,
true. True.
and they're not doing. They have no remasters planned. So say 2027,
Yeah, that's fair.
2028, an Innistrad like vampire werewolf
Yes.
setting comes
Something
out.
vampire synergistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That will make it pop, you're right.
And if they haven't done another uh, reprint set, and if they do one in the next couple of years, they're probably not going to do Innistrad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's because eventually they'll go back to it.
But with this mentality of collector boxes 300 to 400 kind of
Yeah.
range seems to be where things settle.
Yeah.
Pre-sales, Ninja Turtles 578. No. That's my answer. No. Avatars at 406 right now was all the way up to what, like 1,000? My answer is no. Hell no, right? It
No.
will. I almost promise it will hit 300 to 400 in the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, Teenage
So,
Mutant Ninja Turtles is 2 sets away.
well, that's my point. Whatever when you see these pre-sale numbers jump to like 1,000 or whatever,
Yeah.
ignore it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna
It's
come down to
noise.
this 300 or 400 range. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I think the lesson is really there. Your Black Friday deal is your deal time frame. 300 to 400 is a
Yeah.
reasonable price for a collector box, no matter the set.
No one's
No
looking that
matter
far
the
ahead yet.
I'm just saying, like, because we've seen so much hype in this last cycle, it's just been insane. And of course,
Yeah.
it's all Final Fantasy driven. Like, Final
Yeah.
Fantasy is not going to come to 300 or 400. That's never going to happen.
Has come
But
to 1,000.
if you pretend, yeah, exactly. If you pretend that everything is Final Fantasy, you're going to burn yourself. If you realize that
Yeah, it's
Final
not.
Fantasy is a once a year set and everything else is 300 to 400, then you'll probably end up with an okay situation from a collector standpoint.
Yeah. I'm tied. I'm torn. Um there are TMNT collectors for sure. And yes, that price is too high. But if they had the right things in there, I think the set could do pretty well.
I think it's gonna be Avatar all over again.
Yeah.
Avatar was super
Probably.
popular and it's already back. It's already at 400.
Yeah, then it'll be 400.
Yeah. If it's really good, then it'll be like 400 to 500,
I
right?
think
Like
it
it'll beat the rule and be a
yeah.
bit of an exception because whatever, serialized card or super collectible, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just from what we've seen. Now we haven't seen a lot, but the what is it? Like the actual turtle cards don't look that great, but the Super Shredder card looks stupid.
Yeah. Well, remember, singles are a thing, and you
Yeah.
don't need a collector box for the single.
No, no. It'll be like the Soulstone,
Yeah.
which was also in black.
Yeah. What's up with all the black? Like the love of black
Mm.
as far as getting all the crazy hype cards, it's out of control.
Uh-huh.
It's out of control.
Well, Avatar got blue got Avatar.
Yeah. Where's the love for blue? Blue's the best color after all.
Avatar. It just happened.
I know. I just and everyone that just heard that line is angry at me
Yes.
because blue.
Yeah. Uh,
Blue is obviously the best color.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was kind of the lesson learned from this year's Black Friday sale and collector boxes and moving product and that sort of thing. Pretty happy about the overall situation. Pays for a small part of a vacation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to put the money into, but something fun probably.
Yeah. I did not sell anything.
Well, you didn't. Did you ever shop on?
No.
Yeah. So I was like, you didn't even try to sell anything. You would have.
Oh, no. I didn't try to. Yes, I absolutely would have. But I think I'm going to wait till next year. Maybe not Black Friday, but because a lot of the stuff I have right now was from the flip from the Pokemon to Magic, and that was within the last year, but we're almost there. Just going to avoid those capital gains tax short term.
Yes.
So gotta wait till I think I started buying in January, and then majority was April, May. I think.
Well, you better have that tracked properly, or you get dinged pretty hard.
Oh no, I do. I have. It's just it's not in front of me. I
see.
I have a spreadsheet and everything.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, that's all tracked. That'll be fine. But yeah, just almost there. And even then, I don't know. I'm not in an immediate rush.
Yeah, get the good prices. You know,
See.
without a rush being a factor, like who cares?
Yeah, yeah. Especially with these collector boxes, I think just more time.
Let them bake.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't think that these newer ones are going to age like the old ones did, unless they keep going crazier and crazier. I don't know how that happens.
Mark. Yeah, I don't either. It has to pull back at some point. It's got to calm down. And I think we're seeing it. Like from Final Fantasy highs, clearly things are cooling off because Avatar went bonkers and then pulled back way far. So I think we are seeing the cool down phase from that, mania.
Oh yeah. Speaking of mania, I guess people got really upset about Monster Hunter.
So, speaking of IP, right?
The only
Yeah,
thing I know
Monster
about
Hunter.
this, and the only thing that really upset me, not that I was going to buy it before, but when the soul ring was just a dragon, I was like, wait, what? Why? How is that a soul ring?
Because
That's
he's in the shape
beyond
of a
lazy.
ring,
No, he
right?
wasn't. He wasn't.
Shh, shh.
No,
He's
no,
like a special ring of dragon.
no.
Uh, all right. So first, I want to say I did like the art that they showed. I thought it was pretty cool. The dragons and the monsters. I
Mhm.
did play Monster Hunter though, so some of these hit right for me.
So was it a ring? It was is that dragon a ring?
I'm not actually sure what you're talking about because I only see the five dragons.
There was a soul ring in
I
the
believe
Monster
you.
Hunter.
There's always stuff in multiple articles the way it usually comes out. So I don't know. I believe you. I just don't know. I'm looking through. Yeah, I'm trying to look through the Reddits for it. Yeah, that's your soul ring. Okay.
Yeah. How was that? Tell me.
Look, man, he's got a lot of soul. That's all I gotta say. He's spraying it all over you, all of his soul.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
sprayed on you.
Yeah. Not a soul
I
ring.
don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. So I like the art. The silly matching to the various like because it's just reskins. I don't know if you realize that they were not unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything was just another card, which I think is the main thing that pissed everyone off.
Gotcha.
And then some of it was like lore misses because the entire purpose, and this I agree with to a degree, but also I don't care much because I don't care as much about IP and Magic. But clearly they've made that a successful thing. So if you're going to do it right, right? And they have in a lot of ways. A lot of people love Final Fantasy, etc. Um, but the lore in Monster Hunter is you go, you fight monsters, you get materials, and you build new gear. And there is zero equipment. The whole game is about equipment. It's literally the whole game. And there's
Yeah.
no equipment in this. So there's like a major miss. Um, from a lore standpoint. That said, I don't know, man. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there's been other, you know, secret layers that are just reskinned cards. I don't know. I guess people were mad enough about it that it got the attention of WotC and they put out a notice saying, "Yeah, we're gonna fix this and start over again with
Good.
it," which is good. That's good.
Learn from your mistakes and move on.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I thought the art was cool. I'm not super passionate about secret layers. I've only bought a handful for myself, and I don't care. Oh, that was
I've
another
bought
thing I
two.
sold. I sold secret layers. Boy, is that a weird thing to try to package.
I bet.
Yeah. I took two slices of cardboard and taped it together and shoved it in the middle and then taped the whole thing around. It's
Nice.
solid packaging. Like it will work really well, but I didn't have any of those like hard folder style like shipping containers.
Yeah.
And I sold like three of them because I don't know if you remember, but when I was buying secret layers, I would buy one for myself and then
Yeah.
I'd buy one for the shelf. So I have like a handful. And for the longest time, I wasn't listing them. I finally did list them. Some of them sold kind of crap prices. So I'm like, like I probably made zero money on it.
Yeah.
Some of them sold at premium, which was kind of nice. So
Nice.
it's fine. Like anything else, it's kind of hit or miss, and I just like whatever. I don't really care, and they're on the shelf, and I can sell them. They don't take up a lot of room, so I'm not like desperate to sell them. But um, yeah, it's just like another thing on the shelf.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this last little bit. I just look at the shelf and I'm like, some of this stuff, I don't know if it's ever gonna sell.
Like what?
Well, Crew First Edition case,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Kaldheim set box, which is
Yeah.
surprisingly that is a hated set. I don't know why. I might
I
just
think
open that
you
'cause
open that up.
I liked Kaldheim,
I
so
think you
I
just
might just
open that
open
up.
that one. Yeah, Strixhaven set did
You can get
sell.
the
Unfortunately,
you
it
can
was
get
lower than
the
I wanted. I was sad about that because I
not
love
the
that
dual
set.
lands, but the flip lands.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
There's some stuff in Kaldheim. You can get a Voraclex.
Yeah, I have an Elder. No, what is it called? Eldraine, Wilds of Eldraine
Yeah.
sitting around. I have three Neon Dynasties, or maybe it's two left. Draft.
Mm.
I was surprised the Brothers War Draft is actually at a huge premium. I was shocked at the price of it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I was like, whoa, that went up like crazy. I saw that sitting on the shelf, so that one will probably sell. Oh man, I just have so much stuff, dude. It's not even funny. Oh, I have Commander decks. Oh my god, I'm not selling this because their shipping cost is so high. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that
I
seems
saw this.
terrible.
I was like, oh, it's $26. It's gonna cost more to ship it than
Yep.
the total price.
So, okay, that's
I
my
was like,
follow-up
screw
question.
this.
How did shipping
Yeah.
go? How did shipping feel?
Shipping was actually great. There was, I think it's because Pirate Bay. I'm not entirely
Yeah.
sure. Pirate, like, whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Pirate ship. Um, a lot of discounts,
Nice.
surprisingly. Yeah, so it like I always do the 9.99 shipping because most boxes can cost that in normal times. There was some sort of discount for either Pirate Bay or Pirate Shipping
Mhm.
or maybe the US Postal Service did a
No,
discount, although I'm
they
that's why
yeah.
I heard it went up, so I was surprised by this.
Yeah.
But most of the shipping was like $5. So it worked out for me.
Nice.
There was only like one or two things that were more, and that's because they were really pricey. So it was like insurance, and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but most of the just generic stuff was like $5 for the hundred dollar insurance that comes with it, sort of
Nice.
thing. Yeah, so I was surprised by that. I expected that to be more painful than it was.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why that's happening that way.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, Pirate Ship must have had a deal because they have their USPS has their increased prices on right now.
Yeah, and that's why I was expecting it to hurt, but yeah, they definitely had discounts all over the place, and they highlighted it too. They're like, "This would have been this, but
Hmm.
it's this instead." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks." I
Yeah.
don't know why, but thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate the bonus dollars there. That
Yeah.
helped. Yeah, pirateship.com. Definitely use them if you're doing bulk shipping. They're great.
Yeah. They we
Uh,
like them a lot.
yeah. So, anyways, yeah, lost track. I jumped us back to the sales stuff again.
It's okay.
Sorry. I don't remember. What were we about before that? Oh,
Uh,
sorry, the Monster Hunter thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Secret Layers. They do things. I don't care. Seems like it was a big drama though, so people are getting something different. Um, I don't know when that's coming. I hope they do like artifact or equipment based stuff because that was cool. I wouldn't mind them doing unique cards. I know people in the past were against that, having, mechanically unique cards in a IP, but frankly, I don't care. Like, if it's cool, it's cool. There's so many cards now, it doesn't really matter. Like, something can be broken and that's okay. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. People just be like, don't play that. Like that Transformer, that little red Transformer is probably the most broken red commander in the entire game, and very very few people play it because it's a two-turn win, and no one wants to play against a two-turn win.
No. No. Yeah, it's not fun.
And CDH has its own set of things, disruptions and stuff to deal with that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
more power to them.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else?
Any uh what is it?
What?
Uh,
What did you say?
I'm trying to think. Any market stuff, economic stuff?
Yeah, just one thing. We mentioned last week. Curious how Black Friday went, right?
Yeah.
As a way to judge the economy.
And it's still
We got
Sunday, so we don't know. No,
I
but
was gonna say we got preliminary numbers
yeah.
for online sales, so that was one thing I wanted to report. Everything else, I basically want to say let's wait.
Hmm.
There's actually two things. That's one. So $11.8 billion in Black Friday sales online. So not shops, online only. That's the current reporting as of probably last night. So probably yesterday, not actually including the Sunday. That is an increase over the previous year. I think it's something like 9.1% increase.
Dang.
I did see some mention that it was heavily driven by AI because it's online. So like AI advertising, I assume, is the way
Uh,
they're saying it's
yeah.
happening. I don't know if that's true because
Yeah, I
there's
don't
a
know.
lot of interest in selling AI as a benefit,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know if that's true. I just saw the headlines about that. Regardless, a 10% increase year over year at that kind of level is no joke.
Yeah.
I am curious what the full numbers look like if we ever get them, because the retail side is important, right? Like
Yeah.
the in person, if that has gone down 25% and you get a 10% increase in online, those numbers may not end up balancing, right? Like it depends
Right.
on the baselines. I don't actually know what the baseline is. I know online has become big. Way back, for those that are older, you remember Black Friday was all in person when people were getting trampled at Walmarts and stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so online was a small portion. It was like a chunk, and it was Cyber Monday. It was typically on the next Monday. Now Cyber Monday's taken over all of Black Friday, and it's online throughout the weekend, just like TCG Player. Um, and so I don't know if that has switched to like, and maybe this is the first year it does. I'll wait. Like I said, we'll wait a week. We'll talk about it next week. Where in person is just declined and online is just dominating. I know that was the trend, that was the direction it was going. I just don't know when that actually is going to happen or has happened. It may have already happened in the past. But either way, point being, online spending went up. Still seeing K-shape analysis on it. Everyone's saying it's upper class spending a lot. Lower class families or middle class families are essentially uh, saving their money or having credit card debt problems or defaulting on loans and things like that seems to still be happening.
Yeah, I believe it.
So that's, yeah, I mean, that's that. We saw those markers last week. That's why I was curious how this went. We'll see where the full data comes out. I imagine there's a bit of a disconnect between the two parts of the economy, and again, it may show that like online jumped, but it was less of a total number of dollars spent when you include the amount decreased at retail, if that's what happened, right? And it just kind of leans to the same narrative. It's like people are hurting, they look for the best discounts. Online has been having better discounts for the past few years. I don't know if you recall, but like the Best Buy jacking prices to give you a discount on a jacked price, that was the
Oh
equivalent
yeah,
of the
yeah,
previous price, like stuff like that
yeah,
happening in the last few years. So I have a feeling that retail, struggling as it is, has hurt itself more. Online is getting actual discounts because of volumes or whatever.
yeah.
And so you're seeing a switch in how that works. Again, that's mostly gut feeling based on, vaguely paying attention over the past few years. It is not under any data driven analysis at this point, other than the fact that online did jump 9.1% this year in a time when it seems like people are struggling. So curious what the full numbers look like, full picture looks like. I know you're going to see a lot of headlines over the next week that are going to just be like, yeah, everything's amazing because Black Friday rose by a percentage. And it's not going to take the full picture into account of like, well, how did mom and pop shops do?
Yeah.
You know, how did Main Street do, right? Because that's the big picture, the full picture. Just because you have more sales online does not mean it's actually an increase in total sales for the holiday season, right? It could be a decrease. We just don't have the full picture yet. So I would say good news tentatively, because if it holds like norms across the board, and that's a sign that retail is also up, then yeah, maybe things are better than some of the indicators indicate. Could be people are just spending debt in a holiday last hurrah. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of mixed indicators. Now, the other piece of this lovely puzzle, which is becoming more and more of a puzzle every week, is Trump announced that they're not going to release end of year. I think it was end of year GDP numbers.
Neat.
No reason. Like he gave excuses and no one's buying them. Literally no one. Yeah, very weird. Never in the history of the U.S., as far as I know, that's happened.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, government's not shut down. Why aren't they releasing the GDP numbers? Like what?
Tell
So weird.
us.
Yeah, like why won't they tell us what is going on with our economy? Because I'd like to know. It's kind of important to my job,
Yeah.
much as this. Like, come on. So, anyways, we'll find out if we have an economy
Neat.
someday. It's so weird. Yeah, so the economic section of this podcast will decrease from here out if we don't have data to report
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll do my best with whatever I can find, but it's like it's going to be ad hoc. It's not going to be, scientific in the least,
No.
unfortunately, because we don't have the people that do the science doing the science. I guess maybe they're doing it and it's just not getting released. I don't know.
Fun.
Anywho, yeah, that's a fun little
Yeah,
tidbit
imagine
that
if it's not even It's not that it's not being released; it's just not being recorded or taken.
It's possible they laid off a bunch of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're clearly interested in meddling with the reporting. So
Oh yeah,
at this
absolutely.
at this point, like that is such a weird move. It just throws into question. And, it's kind of what I said. It's the uncertainty factor. It's not that it's bad, it's that we have no idea. And when you have no idea, it's a lot scarier than when it's bad. When it's bad, there's certain things you know to do.
Yeah.
When you don't know what to do. And that seizes up money flows. And money flows is what makes the economy work. When money doesn't know to flow, like if it's bad, money knows to flow over here, right? If it's good, money knows to flow over there, right? Those movements, that's what keeps the economy going, is shifts in value and changes and that sort of stuff. When no one knows what to do, everyone freezes. When everyone freezes, it turns into this weird hoarding thing that locks up the economy and causes massive damage historically whenever it's happened. So yeah, uncertainty is real bad. You don't want uncertainty in the
No.
economy, and they're just adding to it by saying no and giving really bad reasoning. I don't even know what the reasoning is. Every single article is just like no one's buying the reasoning. I was like, what?
Neat.
What? Why? Why are they doing this? It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's awful.
But yeah, steady labor, according to what was it last week, 2 weeks ago, like some things are good, some things are bad, kind of mixed signals, and then no GDP figure. So I'm guessing what happened, because they're not releasing October, they did declare that. I'm guessing what happened is we hit a cliff in October. They didn't like it. Trump hates bad news, especially about the economy. Uh, you know, hid that. GDP is now reflecting it, hiding that. So I'm guessing we're probably already in a recession or about to be in a recession, something like that, and they just don't want it to be known.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but that comes home to roost. The longer you make that unknown, the more damage you actually do. If people know it, money moves, and that
Yeah.
can help correct things. Until they know, though, they're not going to make those moves. This is billions and billions of dollars moving around. Like people don't do that without insight. So you have half moves, half thoughts, half whatever, but nothing actually really happens to help correct it. So honestly, like this is the worst thing you could do if you want to avoid damaging the economy. The more you're
But
open with
it's
it, that's why.
embarrassing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like so sad, but his ego is more
Yeah.
important than the entire United States economy.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy.
Which affects
Like
the
I
whole
don't know.
world. So,
Of course, yeah, yeah,
main character syndrome.
yeah. It's some weirdness though. The K-shaped thing is definitely a factor, and
Absolutely.
it
I believe
changes
that.
everything. When you have this upper class kind of good economy and lower class doom economy, like all these signals could be true, right?
Yeah.
Like you could have good job structure for that upper class, and that keeps money flowing and retail, happening, Cyber Mondays, whatever, right? Like all that stuff happening in a positive growth way, and then you can still have the lower half of the country barely able to afford food. Like that actually does happen in a split economy like that. So, like I said, as confusing as these signals are, they may all actually be accurate. In which case, what? Like, what do you even do? I have no idea. I don't think that anyone in economics knows exactly how to play it. Definitely not rule of thumb stuff. That's for sure. So, yep,
Stop, drop,
fun
and roll.
times. Yeah, right. Basically, things are on fire. Everything's fine, right? And just
Yeah.
be the dog sitting in the
Yeah.
flaming house.
Everything's fine.
Yep. I sold a lot of cardboard this weekend. I feel
Great.
pretty good about that. Some luxury cardboard left my house, turned into cash that I can use to pay for groceries if I need to.
Yeah.
So weird. Weird times. Weird times. Yeah. Sorry, I can't give better economic analysis without information.
That's fair. You can only do what you can do. But cool. Anything else before we call this podcast?
And that's all I got.
All right. Well, until next week, if the world's still spinning, we'll catch you guys later.
See ya.